Hi, I'm Sonia Eiderhoven, Gardener for Public Education at the New York Botanic Garden. Today we're here in the Home Gardening Center talking about ideas for window boxes. So what I've done today is I've put together a few simple ideas that any homeowner could do. They're all inexpensive ideas. I have here a formal design, and I've chosen herbs for my formal design. One of the reasons why I've done this is herbs tend to be a little messy in containers. And I thought if you could see a nice formal design here, you have repetition here with the lavender, also with the oregano, golden oregano, and a Greek oregano. And what I've done is I've repeated the shapes here, different colors to add some excitement, and also repeated the shapes with the lavender, so you have a nice clean design. Now, what I always recommend doing if you have herbs in a container is don't be afraid to come and cut it back. So just cut it right above a leaf node, cut it like that, cutting it off. This goes to your dinner table, and the herb here will branch out on the sides. You can see all of these lateral branches are just waiting to grow. And behind it I have something a little unusual for a window box. You'll see I have a tomato here, and you'll notice it's very short. This tomato here is a dwarf cultivar called Tumbling Tom. He only gets 18 inches high and then cascades over the side. So this is ideal for a large window box. I've paired the tomato with basil, a natural companion plant for it, and on the end I've put this nice nasturtium here. In the nasturtium, both the flower and the foliage are edible. In the front design right here, I've actually created a monochromatic design. And that's basically, I'm using a limited palette color. So here you can see silvers, whites, and greens. This is one of my favorite plants. It's a plectranthus. And it's just like a coleus, where if it gets too tall, or if you'd like to encourage side branches, again, just cut it off, and the new shoots will come out here. One of the reasons why you sometimes design with a simple color palette, such as this one, is it brings out the shapes and the textures of this plant. So this arrangement here looks beautiful even though it's not in flower. So in this design I've tried to create a more open cottagey feel to it. This is one of my favorite annuals. It's a Euphorbia called Diamond Frost. It'll fill out nicely, and it's covered with these tiny white flowers all summer long. Next to it is a beautiful Salvia that will also flower as long as you deadhead it. To deadhead it, once the flower spike is finished, cut it right down to the base, and you'll see there, 2 new flowers will form. So there's always the temptation when you're at a farmer's market or a garden center to pick up one of every plant that you see. And I'd like to remind you that repetition is crucial in any good garden design or in any good window box design. You'll notice here, if I switch this with the sweet potato vine, that this arrangement all of a sudden starts to look incomplete. But if I return it back to this simple symmetry here of the Euphorbia and the repetition of the purple running through the other plants, that we now have a coherent design. We have more information, blogs, tips, and videos on our website, nybg.org.